Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was actually not going to ask a question because I thought that when there are questions, you respond to the very specific one. Nonetheless, because I'm seeing that the questions are also taking on policy direction.
Justem generis.
Thank you. I do appreciate, Mr. Speaker, because I think you understand, having served in the House, that members have needs in the constituency. I want to ask a question which is similar to what the Honorable Fogishugu has raised. And for me, it's really a policy issue that when you have commenced construction and then you stop because of lack of funds, it shouldn't be within the charity of the minister, but a policy issue in the ministry that you must allocate funds. Like right now, the road between Sindo and Bita is actually only about 2-3 kilometers. I was there last week, but you spend almost 1 hour because they actually messed up the road. We cannot allocate it in Kura. But when this young man called Morara wants to attack, he goes to my constituency, even though he went on the Karoli side. But because maybe Karoli is still relatively new, he was attacking me, saying, Millie, what are you doing? I'm not the one doing those roads. It's the national government. But because we are not assigning money for routine maintenance, what is the policy of the ministry? And if you don't have a policy, can you come up with a policy for just regular maintenance so that it's not dependent on police, on charity of a given CS, but it's a given that it must be allocated. Even if you want to do that road right now, I can't do anything. And it's a small portion that we can do with the care.
Thank you. Betsimba.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa.
Minister, you will compress all this into a policy direction.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa ya kuweza kuuliza swali la ziada. Je, waziri anaufahamu barabara katika eneo bunge la Kisauni ambayo imeanza Kiembeni ipitie Mwakirunge kwenda Rabai? Na Mheshimiwa Rais alikuja kuanzisha rasmi barabara hiyo inayojengwa na Kera. Alipoondoka Mheshimiwa Rais, matingatinga yote yaliondoka yakamfuata. Anazo habari hizo na ana mipango gani kuweza kuendeleza hiyo barabara badala ya kumwekea aibu Mheshimiwa Rais?
Thank you. Let's have answers to those.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, honorable members. I think Honorable Millie summarized it very well that we should have a policy framework on how to deal with roads which have been contracted and ensure that we do allocate funds so that those roads are not stranded, even for the purpose of motorability. I want to state here, honorable members, that I'll work very closely with the House to ensure that when we run our budgets, we do ensure that we give priority to ongoing projects. We do some parity and equitable distribution of resources, and that with the kind of data that is available in roads, we should be able to do that together. With respect to really the challenge that we've had for a long time on bending bills, the support that we've received from this House on the 7 shillings additional road maintenance levy, and which I have confirmed we are fairly advanced in securitizing to ensure that we raise some 170, 175 billion Kenya shillings, we should be able to get all contractors back to work. But more importantly, even as we do that, and because there is really, you can have sight of the entire runway on this particular project, we will push the contractors to make the roads motorable. Talking to a road like Sindombita, I want to confirm, Millie, that that particular road will now not stop. We are working on it. I don't know, but majorly because we are raising the funds to pay all the contractors. We had a bending bill on that road of about 540 million Kenya shillings on certificates issued, but there was only an allocation of 270 million. Having paid the full amount, You can see the contractor still with a hole of 300 million, but I've equally had a meeting with civil engineering construction company, the same company that did the road from Kwale Kinango, and I can assure us that because of what we are doing on securitization, a lot of contractors are seeing some hope, and we are able to get a number of them back to work. So a road like Sindo Mbita, I can assure honorable members, just to pick one, that it will not stop. With respect to Gishugu, Banagishimo, we will, like I've said, maintain. We are seeking to ensure that the contractors make the roads motorable. Traditionally, contractors should provide a road for users during construction. So we cannot be constructing a road, leaving heaps of soils. We then abandon works because of non-payment, and we leave the road not motorable. So we are going to, it's an agenda. I gave the example of Kinango Kwale, where we made the road really good on Moram, so that as they work on the tarmacking, and even albeit the challenge of pending bills and payments, the road or the users of the Kenyans users do not face that challenge. Honorable John Mutunga, I want to confirm, like when we met, that we're going to address the various challenges on the road programs in the country. We have built a good database that can help us to work together with the House to ensure that we do have a very amicable way of allocating funds to ongoing projects, to roads across the whole country with some level of equity. Captain Ruwaida, thank you for congratulating me, equally to a number of members who have congratulated me today. I want to confirm that we'll work very closely together. Mtakawanda Road to Kisingitini, we'll tender it next week. We'll put it to tender next week. With respect to, I'm just saying, I mean, there's a lot of tendering happening next week. With respect to, I think I mentioned Tigania West for John. With respect to, what was the other, Tharakanithi Bridge, I want to confirm we are all concerned about this Tharakanithi Bridge, and we are paying a lot of attention. We have installed a lot of bumps or humps on the road. We have installed signage and will continue to improve. We have separated the uplink traffic from the downlink traffic. We are in the process of finalizing the redesign for the new bridge, which is currently ongoing, and we will put funds. You are aware that leadership at every level has made commitment to correcting Nithi Bridge. We don't like the name Killer Bridge. We should get it back to Nithi Bridge. And so we are paying attention to that. Our potholes on this road that is complicated and that we have had to assign or give to so many contractors, Matu, Ikalagala, I want to confirm that we will work on the potholes. Like I've said, we'll make the roads motorable. And with the 4 or 5 contractors on site, the issue of pending bills and the fundraising we are doing through securitization, we are going to pay attention and ensure that these small sections with all these contractors, Sifel, Kito, Usongiro, and so on and so forth, address and do what they are supposed to do. The floating bridge in, where is this? In Mutongwe. We removed the floating bridge in Mutongwe because it had its own challenges. We know the challenges we are facing with the Likoni ferry, but luckily, Mishimbogo, we are finalizing the Dongokundu Kibundani Road, which is basically finished. I think we are almost seeking a date for official commissioning of that road, and we will move most of the traffic. We'll work together with the leadership. I was in Mombasa last week, and we had a session with the governor for Mombasa, Abdul Swamad, and we want to work together to see how to decongest Likoni Ferry, how to even provide some land around the ferry as a holding ground, which I do know that Kenya Railways did lease out to some other investor, and we are working to address that small challenge. So, honorable members, let me just say that allow us to work in another 1-2 months, max 3 months, to sort out the pending bills through securitization of the 7 shillings. I want to thank the House, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, for the support we have received in the securitization process. This will go a long way in sorting out the pending bills, which amounts to about 174 billion today. And we can get all the contractors back to work. We'll be more cautious, we'll be more careful to ensure that we do not get into that situation by assigning new projects where there is no revenue or investments or cash flow to support maturing work certificates. So, honorable members, thank you for your support. I will continue to receive you to address the specific roads in the various counties in this great country. I will continue to receive you in my office as I continue to learn. Today, I'm just 90 days in office, and I think I was asking myself what I will possibly have to say on the 100th day, but we'll continue to work together. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, we've done 3 hours on question time. I want the question by Sarah Correa to be the last for today, and invite the minister to be back here in 2 weeks to answer the remaining